Good morning, my loves. Good morning. I thought today I would tell you something crazy that happened last night. Um, it was very cool. And those of you who've watched me for a while, you understand that in love, I had been pretty cursed for a long time. Um, my love life had, well, it's been publicized and my public breakups. Oh, over the last 4 years, uh, my love journey up to this point has been publicized because it's my calling. I've actually I'm quite a gifted storyteller, and so I have amazing stories to tell. But sadly, up till this point, my love stories were kind of, well, they fell flat, and it was quite depressing. And it always ended in tears and heartbreak and breakups, and that is just over. And I'm going to tell you why. So if you would like manifestation coaching with me one-on-one, information is down below, my email. Um, this story is, I might get choked up a little bit, honestly. Yesterday morning, I was doing a live stream and I just cried about the fact that my roommate, the man that is rooming next to me, he is a high-ranking military official, and he's a big deal in the Air Force. And so I was like, didn't really think anything of our connection. I knew that we had chemistry and I knew that we liked each other, but I didn't we both agreed that it would just be a hookup, and then he's leaving and I'm leaving, and it's like never see you again, never share phone numbers. And so yesterday I was crying because during the middle of us being together, he had this call to action for war. And yesterday morning I cried. I cried in this sad, mopey, like, I can't believe this is happening to me. Here it is once again. I'm falling for a guy and then he has to leave. But I already knew that he had to leave. That was the whole agreement. The agreement was we're not sharing phone numbers because he's having to go live overseas in just a few days. And so we just had fun. We used each other as a rebound. Both of us knew that that's what it was going to be. And it was fun. We were here, he was here for a couple weeks, and we've been having a really great time. A lot of healing, a lot of therapy. We've had drunken nights with tequila. We've had healing nights with alcohol, or with both alcohol and just tea. We also just drink tea. We don't always just drink alcohol together. We actually have healthy, very healthy moments as well. But it's very balanced. It's like sometimes we'll drink shots together and have fun and get loud and have fun with the roommates. And then other nights we just drink chamomile tea and we Netflix and chill. And it's pretty fucking awesome, actually. So yesterday during a live stream, I was crying with my friends because I just was not sure that I was going to be able to leave well enough alone. I didn't think that I would be okay if he leaves, because I'm actually really, really into him and he has saved my ass a few times. But I just let it go. I just cried and I said, it's okay. He needs to leave and I need to leave. And I truly, this is the success. This is what I swear by in manifestation success, especially when trying to manifest a person. I swear by pulling away energetically and giving yourself permission to say, if I don't have them, it's okay. Because yesterday I cried and cried and fucking cried over the fact that he was leaving and the military needs him, and he's been trained for, he's high ranking, so I can't take him from the military. So I was sad because one of the last things he said to me while he was in my bed the night before was that he has to go save America and he had to leave. And so it was just so sudden. And the next morning I cried and cried with my friends on my stream. And I detached. I detached. In my eyes, I had been okay. I was like, it's all right. I'm going to let him go. I'll never see him again. It's fine. He's leaving tomorrow and that's it. It's okay. And it's strange because I really do swear by this with manifestation. I think that when you let something go, it comes back. Okay, and I'm going to give you a success story in a second, but I just wanted to preface this with, it looked really dire. It looked like I wasn't going to ever see him again. It looked like he, even last minute, like emergency wise, had to go deal with a million things that weren't me. And I cried. And I think that that had a lot more to do with the success that came in today than I'd like to admit. So, and I'm sorry to have to tell you guys this, but sometimes you do have to admit, it's not that you won't get your manifestation. It's that you'll be okay without your manifestation. Admit that you're going to be okay without that thing. And anyway, I did that yesterday during a live stream with my friends. They were consoling me, and I thank you guys so much for being here. But here's the craziest thing. So the whole day went by, didn't hear from him. And I actually noticed that both of his vehicles were gone. And he stayed out till really, really, really late. Like it was very late. I was starting to think, okay, he's gone. Like he left. He left without saying goodbye. And I started crying again. About 30 seconds, I cried because I let the 3D, the physical world, this matrix, this video game, this simulation, I let it convince me that he had left without saying goodbye to me. And because of my former traumas, my PTSD, my abandonment wounds, I thought that he had abandoned me. And I immediately, though, after about 30 seconds, I caught myself. And this is where the manifestation success story comes in. It changed with me. I could have done what I've always done and assume the worst. And through the law of assumption, not the law of attraction, but I teach the law of assumption. The law of assumption states that what you assume to be true is true. And so I had assumed that I was able to be abandoned by so many men in the past that this guy was no different. But when I started crying, I changed it. I said, wait a minute, I could change this right now if I wanted to. So I started thinking thoughts and I started making assumptions like, no. No, there's a perfectly good explanation to why both of his vehicles are gone, even though he's single and he lives here alone. So I was like, it's fine. There's probably I'm sure it's okay. I started affirming in my head, though the 3D was technically showing me he was gone, I started affirming in my head. I just started thinking thoughts aligned with, no one ever leaves me. I'm chosen. I'm wanted. Of course he loves me. He could never leave me like that. I started giving myself that comfort that I needed. And as I was doing this, and this is another really amazing thing that happens during manifestation, when you're shifting states of consciousness because you're thinking different thoughts, you will be led to a bridge of incidents. Things will start happening that prove to you that you are right. So whatever you're assuming, you're right. So I kept thinking, of course he loves me. He wouldn't abandon me. This isn't like him. He wouldn't just leave without saying goodbye, even though it had looked, because of all my shit thoughts until now and all my shitty relationships until now, it had looked like it was going to end the same way, this man leaving without saying goodbye and breaking my heart. But as I was saying, nope, he's coming home. I know he didn't leave. I know. Nope. There's no way. He loves me too much. I know he wouldn't do this. As I started saying it, I got these psychic downloads. I got these like aha moments. I got these sudden urges, bridge of incidences that lead me to my result of him not leaving. I suddenly opened his cabinet door because we all have assigned cupboards because we rent here in an Airbnb. We all have our assigned cabinets. So I opened his cabinet to see if there was food in there, and there still was, including food that I knew he really wanted and I knew that he loved. So I was like, okay, there's no way he left that. And then I saw his coffee bag on the counter. And I'm like, exactly. He wouldn't leave his coffee. Who would fucking leave coffee? That doesn't even make sense. So I started getting these confirmations from within about how the 3D is actually conforming and conspiring in my favor to prove that I am loved and I am chosen and I am not left and abandoned. So after I started seeing the 3D show me movement, the 3D, well, it was really within. It was me confirming before I saw anything out here. It was me confirming my new reality. right? There's no one to change but self. You're not going to get proof from the physical world until you validate the experience that you want within. You're not going to see it out here until it is proven in here. That goes for good or bad. So you better be careful of your thoughts, because if you're expecting the 3D to show you something and it hasn't shown you something yet, you're going to manifest it. You're going to see it. That goes for cheating. If you're trying to dig up cheating, that goes for wanting to be fired. It's like, you guys, we have to realize that when we have a set definition of what we want, the universe, the 3D is going to show you, reflect that right back to you. And so once I started saying, I am loved, I am chosen, of course he wants me, I started to see proof that he did not leave this house. Until then, I'd only seen proof that he wanted to abandon me. You see, because of my old thinking, my old thought patterns. Once I deliberately decided to consciously change it, I started seeing movement in my physical 3D world, right? So when I saw the coffee and I saw the food in the cupboard, I was like, oh, okay, he didn't leave. 5 minutes later, he walked in the door. And another roommate of ours was in the kitchen with me, and we were all just talking and laughing, but I could tell that this man missed me. I could tell, because he was like, the way that his eyes were looking at me, like he wanted to talk to me. And so I said, okay, I'll follow you in the living room. And he asked me for some chamomile tea. He enjoys, plural. There's going to be many more cups of tea. But he enjoys tea with me. So he asked, could you please make me some chamomile tea? So we sat down, and I was like, I thought you left me. I thought you abandoned me, to be honest. I saw both your cars were gone, and I was like, oh God. Just like everybody else, you just up and left. Like I didn't even matter. And I said, I had to change what I was thinking. I changed it all. I changed it. And in 5 minutes, you came home. And it had been, it was almost 10 o'clock at night, and he normally doesn't stay out that late. So for it to happen so quickly after I changed my thoughts was insane in the membrane, okay? So anyway, he's sitting there, and he's drinking coffee with me, and we're hanging out. And I shit you not, guys. You will not believe what this man said to me. He said, well, the good news is I get to stay an additional 3 days, so we can hang out a little bit longer. And I was like, okay, but I think we should probably discuss the parameters that we set up originally, in that you and I are not sharing phone numbers when you leave. We're not going to know each other when you leave still. And he goes, oh, about that. I want your phone number. And I was like, we already agreed, no matter how sappy it gets, no matter how sad it gets at the end, we are not going to keep in contact. I'm trying to save your life out here. You don't need a distraction. So anyway, he told me that he's staying 3 more days on top of the original time that he was already going to be staying. And that he, in fact, wanted to see where things go. And he wants to be in contact with me after he leaves. All because I changed my thoughts. That's it. It is really that easy. It gets easier when you are consciously aware. And that's why when the planet wakes up and we all become more conscious of our thoughts and our thinking patterns and what we're doing on autopilot, it gets so much easier to manifest love when you are more consciously aware of your thoughts, because you can flip your thoughts from, oh my God, he's abandoned me just like everyone else, to, oh my God, he's pursuing me and cannot live without me and refuses to be without me. So in just a few minutes, I changed that on my own. There is no one to change but self. There's no one to change but ourselves. We're not trying to change them. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. You shouldn't be trying to change a man or change a woman or force them into loving you. Force them into staying, barking orders at them, telling your man, take out the trash. How come you never hold me and you never do? Don't. Why are we doing this? We're barking orders at people. Put down the toilet seat. I demand more. I want this and I want that. And it's like, go fuck yourself. You know, you sound like a banshee idiot. So fucking stop trying to change a man. Fucking stop trying to push your will and your psychopathic fucking agenda onto a man who doesn't want to be with you, and instead be with you and be with yourself so much, love yourself so much that you refuse to be abandoned. Change your inner world and your outer world will change. I healed so much trauma, and I didn't even know that he and I were healing this much trauma between us. It's such a healing connection. I had no idea. I had no clue that I was this healed. I had no idea that I was able to flip my thoughts so quickly, so easily, to tell myself I never get abandoned. In the same way I could have manifested abandonment, I could also manifest commitment. I am God and I do all things. I am the Lord of my reality and I do all things. You are God in your reality and you do all things. So you can either have the success you want or you can keep bitching and fucking moaning about how you don't have the success you want. You can do all things. It's your world. We're just living in it, Boo Bear. So for the women out there who bark orders at your man and you're wondering why your man wants nothing to fucking do with you, I'm going to tell you right now, that shit is heinous. No man likes being told what to do. They like to have freedom. They like to do what they want because they want it, not because you force them to want it. And the way that you get a man to do something for you in a way that he wants to is you shift within to a version of yourself that already has that which you want to have. You go in within your own self and you say, nope, I am the version of me. Who am I being? I'm being the version of me that is chosen. I'm being the version of me that expects more. I'm being the version of me that would never allow a man this high caliber in my life, a soulmate of mine, to leave without saying goodbye. I am that version of me that refuses to be abandoned. We do not change the physical 3D world. You don't have to do shit. You don't lift a finger. You don't lift a finger. Even to make more money in your life. You don't have to have a bank account, a job, a business. You don't have to have anything. All you have to do is have the awareness of abundance, the awareness within of I am that person already. I am already that rich person now. Live from there. Think thoughts from there. I could have easily thought, oh my God, he abandoned me. I'm so sad. Like, I can't believe this always happens. Or I could have flipped my thoughts like I did. And immediately after 30 seconds of being butthurt, I immediately said, nope, that's not happening. I am not abandoned. And that man would never do that to me ever. So anyway, yeah, he even had the universe has to conspire to prove you right. So I even got him to admit that one of his vehicles was being used by a family member. That's why they were both gone. Which makes sense. I mean, duh. That makes reasonable, logical sense, which is all the reality, which is all your 3D is trying to do for you. The 3D is trying to make logical fucking sense for you as to how you get your manifestation. The how doesn't matter. It's going to make sense. Okay? Sometimes it won't. Sometimes it'll just be like, what? I had a dead uncle in Montana who left me a fucking mansion for free. What? It doesn't make sense, but it is logical in that the universe does give you your thing in a way that makes sense. It might not make logical sense to you how it happens, but manifestation is not logical. I know that sounded contradictory, but I'm sure somebody understood it. The point I'm trying to make is there's no one to change but self. Quit bitching and moaning that you don't have what you fucking want. The reason you don't have what you fucking want is because you will not go within and give yourself what the fuck you want. You are not being that person that already has what it is you want. You're being that person and you're thinking thoughts aligned with that version of you that gets abandoned. You understand? Now I'm going to apply this in other aspects of my life. For me, love was like the hardest fucking thing. It really was. I kept getting abandoned and I didn't understand what it was. Well, first of all, I realized, oh my God, I am not that special. Why would a man stay with me? I'm not that special. No wonder men don't want to text me back or call me, take me on dates. They want to break up with me. I'm nothing special. And that was a worthiness issue. Again, it's not a 3D problem. It's not a them problem. It's a me problem. It's a you problem. We have to work with this within ourselves. We have to start knowing who the fuck we are. We have to be that version of us that demands more because we are wives, we are business owners, we are husbands, we are powerful leaders. We have to be that version of us already in our thoughts, okay? Be that version of yourself that demands more. You demand the universe show you more. You demand that the men in your life treat you better. You demand that your coworkers start respecting you. You demand that by going within. You do not yell at them. You do not bark orders at these people. You do not do a spell to brainwash them or some shit. You go within and you change yourself and only yourself. And when you can align with the version of you that has that thing, it will happen naturally. The how will come. Align with the version of you that always has the thing that you want. So I was able to do this. It was amazing. It was literally amazing. I went from seemingly being abandoned, left, to suddenly he wants more with me and he can't leave me alone. And he literally is breaking our rule of no contact when he leaves. He's going international and he'll be there for several months. And so we just agreed this is a hookup. This is a fling and then that's it. But so now all of a sudden he wants to stay because why the fuck wouldn't he? Not stay like here with me, but stay like in a relationship, stay in contact. And so, yeah, why the fuck wouldn't he? Of fucking course he would. I'm amazing. A fucking course he would. Everybody chooses me. I have a long list of people that are interested in me. It's not just him. So of course, be that version of you that is chosen. Be the version of you that is wanted before you see the 3D change. The 3D doesn't need to do shit, honey. The 3D physical world, the shit thoughts that you've already had have already culminated into this shit reality that you're in right now. You do not need to stay there, though. You don't need to look at it and you don't need to validate this experience. You go within and you validate your own experience. There is no one going to tell you that you're right except you. There is no one going to tell you that you're wrong except you. You are God of it all. It is a scary concept. It is a scary concept because now no one will tell you the morality and the ethics that you live by. You are God of your reality, and that is it. There is no God outside of you. Your mom, your dad, your government officials, your pastor, nobody's going to ever fucking be able to dictate and determine what it is you get in life anymore, okay? It's just not going to happen. So you get to have it. And what do you want? Because what you want, you get. And a lot of you want to be broken up with. A lot of you want to have someone leave because that's the thought that's who you're associating yourself to be. I don't give a fuck if that irritates you. I do not give two shits if what I say offends you. A lot of you are out here thinking about abandonment, thinking about lack, thinking about poverty, speaking death over yourself, speaking sadness into existence, being that version of you that is broke, homeless, not having friends, not being loved, not being chosen, and you're fucking telling me that the universe is at fault because your ass is single and broke? No, you're at fault. It's not your fault. It's not your doing. It's unconscious, but you are the cause of it. So while you're not at fault, and it's not your fault that these things are happening to you per se, it is your fault that as a God, you're giving your power over away to shit thoughts. that are creating this negative pattern. I'm not here to coddle you. I'm not here to fucking enable you. I am here to give you the truth. You want to have a better life, it starts with your thoughts. And if your thoughts cannot change, that is a you thing and you need to fucking fix it. Stop looking at the 3D physical world and expecting this shit to change without the internal changing first. I'm not going to stop shit. You want to go somewhere, honey, go somewhere. This is not your channel. If you're butthurt about something, take it up with somebody who gives a shit, okay? So we are not going to ever again expect the universe to hand us something good and for our 3D world to show us something good if we're not going within and demanding something good from within. This is all that needs to happen. It needs to change within us. Stop making your man angry by fighting with him and demanding more. No, you don't demand more physically and verbally and aggressively barking orders at your man. You go within and you change yourself to align with the version of you that has a man who's already giving you flowers and treating you with respect, treating you kindly. You see what I'm saying? Same with me when it comes to trolls on my platform. I need to be the me. I need to start embodying the me, being the version of me that demands respect, commands respect, receives more and more amazing clients, viewers who honor me, honor what I do, and they honor themselves as well. And they're very appreciative of the work that I do. And they come in and they say things like, because of you, Jenna, I felt inspired and I went and got my manifestation. Because of you and your teachings, I applied it and boom, I got my man back. Oh my God, my girlfriend came back. My marriage is safe now. This happened. I really need to be that me and I need to embody that me. So I'm really just preaching to the choir right now. There's not anything I need to do to force my 3D world to change. I just need to start embodying the me, being the me from within that already has those things. I already just expect the universe to show appreciative, grateful people that work with me that always get their manifestations. I just expect the universe to show me people who are encouraged by me, inspired by me, and feel excited to know me. And my videos, every time I come live, they always are like, oh my God, I'm so excited because Jenna has got some fucking truth and some tea to spill today. I'm going to take what she says, I'm going to apply it in my life, I'm going to fucking win at the game of life. Those are the people that I am expecting in my reality because I am going to embody that version of me that always gets what the fuck she wants. You think thoughts from the version of you that gets what the fuck you want. So if you're powerful and what would you think if you had that thing? You would think, oh my God, I'm untouchable. I'm unfuckwittable. I'm the bee's knees. I'm amazing. I'm powerful. You would think thoughts from that version. So think thoughts now from the successful you. What would your thoughts be if you had that thing? Now think those thoughts right now. Force yourself into the state of consciousness, the state of reality where you have your thing and you do so by thinking new thoughts, okay? So you're going to apply these lessons today that I'm teaching you because why? Because it was free of charge and you're very welcome and you're going to go get exactly what the fuck you want. We all are. We're going to go get what we want because not one person is going to tell us no. The only one that tells us no is ourselves. The only one that tells us yes is ourselves. We are not in a battle against somebody else. It is a battle against our own ego. It is a battle against our own insecurities, our own abandonment wounds. It's a game. We're in a game. We're in the simulation. This is a video game. There is no one here but you. You are the one creating all of it. Okay? Though people are real and that humans are real and there are people outside of you, like there are people for you to interact with, they're only showing up in your reality the way that you claim they do. And the problem is so many of us keep trying to yell at these people Be like, fuck you, change. I need you to change. I need you to be better. Why? Why do you need that person to be anything for you? When you could go within and already claim right now that that person is the one for you. You could be going within, silencing yourself, meditating for 5 minutes, scripting in a scripting journal, or speaking out loud thoughts aligned with the version of you that already has your soulmate, already has the money, already has the good looks, already has the health, already has the new job. You could be doing so much more by going within, but instead you're wanting to fight the 3D. You're wanting to swim upstream. You're wanting to punch the movie screen instead of going up into the film roll room and just selecting a new film roll. So you really need to pull your head out of your ass, every last one of us. And we really need to get what the fuck we want. And we need to start embodying the version of us that gets what the fuck we want. I don't care if that offends you. I don't care if anybody on the planet is offended or not offended by what I speak. I don't give two shits. This channel just isn't for you if it pisses you off. Go somewhere else. Love yourself enough to not want to be triggered. If that's what you want. Most people come to me, they pay me good money so that I can trigger them. Most people come to me because I give them fucking truth, which they need to hear. And they get their shit handed to them. Why? Because they're not being little bitches. They get what they want because they know that they are God, and nobody in their reality is going to be God over them, just themselves. They take their power back and they fucking win at life. And so I'm really hella excited to know that my love life, I just saw proof of how healed I am, and that I will never have to ever again be abandoned or feel abandoned. I will never resonate with that abandonment ever again. And it was the biggest success story in my love life. And while it doesn't seem like a lot to most, it's a lot to me. And so the version of me that we all knew, the weak version that was just like a pawn in this game, I felt like I was so weak. I felt like anytime a guy would reject me or dump me, it was like the end of the world. And I'm like, oh my God, like what's wrong with me? Like, am I just not enough? Nah, bitch, you're way too much. That's what it is. Shit, that's what it is. You a fucking goddess. That's what the fuck it is. You're too much. Most men don't know how to handle a woman like me, and that's okay. They should go somewhere. They fumbled the ball. I'm about to be handled with some gentle hands by a powerful man who, honestly, is the most powerful man I've ever met in my entire life. So anyway, I'm excited. I can't wait to see what happens when he gets home today. But I just manifested the man that was leaving today. He is now staying a few more days so we can have more time together. And I also manifested him saying that he wants a relationship. He wants to see where this goes, and he wants to have more with me than just leaving me behind. So because I am now associating with the version of me that does not get abandoned, no one can abandon me, because I'm viewing myself as that version that is loved, cherished, wanted, admired, literally chosen and pursued. I am that me already that is pursued. And so the 3D has to reflect that back. There have to be men showing up in my life pursuing me. There have to be clients coming in wanting my services. There have to be viewers coming in giving me amazing kudos for my amazing work, and then them getting their manifestation. So there is going to be a huge shift in my 3D physical reality. I hope you guys are here for it. If you're not, that's cool. I'm going to talk about it anyway. This is my channel, and I'm going to talk about how I win at life. And I hope you like me winning at life, because that's all I'm going to fucking talk about. I'm going to talk about how I win at every single thing I do. How everything I touch turns to gold. How every single man I meet heals. How every woman I meet gets her manifestation. How every single event that I go to is the party of the century. I am going to talk to you about, for the rest of the fucking days of my life, I will talk to you about how I win at life and how you can also win at life. And I do so in my yoga pants. Yeah? I do so when I haven't even brushed my hair yet. I do this as a hermit. I do this as a woman who doesn't even go out and I have fun outside of my castle that I live in. So I'm going to do what I want. And I love my life. I love that I'm a recluse. I love that I'm a hermit. I love that I am a Virgo moon. And so I'm very much kept to myself. And I've manifested several soulmates at my doorstep. Several. Because it's not hard. Because it's guaranteed. I'm going to meet the love of my life. And I'll probably do so while I'm sitting in my boxers, eating Cheetos, and watching Netflix. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. It's the same with the viewers that I have. They're so amazing, and they all love what I'm about, and they all get their manifestations because we're God. We are gods. And they love that they are gods, and they always win. And they come to tell me, like, hey, guess what, Jenna? I did this and this and this because you said to try it. I did it, and I fucking won at life. So yesterday symbolizes the biggest shift for me as a woman, but also as a manifestation coach, but mainly as a soul. The biggest shift I ever had in my physical 3D world for the positive in my love life happened last night. And it happened because of me. And I was aware and conscious the entire time. I was lucid the entire time. When I saw the negative happening, I changed it into the positive on my own, willingly. No one did that for me. And when you can really realize that you are that powerful, you are the GOAT, you're the greatest of all time. When you can see that you do it, no one else does it for you. It's your thoughts that change your reality. As God, I'm telling you, it's going to change everything. And so yesterday, yeah, I can't even believe it. But I am that bitch. I am that goddess. I am that I am. I am that God. And I am that good. So last night, there's no changing my mind. Not one soul can change my mind. I am that bad bitch. I'm a fucking baddie. I am a fucking legend, and legends never die. I win at life. So for you to have that confidence, that Godfidence within you, your 3D world has to change because you are now embodying that version of you that has everything you want. And I don't have what I don't want. I no longer manifest what I do not want. I manifest what I want. That's it. End of story. I'm a fucking god. Let me repeat. I'm a fucking god. I'm a legend. I'm a beast. I'm a fucking baddie. I am her. I am that I am. I am that bitch. Mm-hmm. And I know that a lot of what I used to feel scared of saying something like that. Like it was quite blasphemous, especially being raised in a very indoctrinated religious household. I used to fear saying stuff like that. I am a god. I am that bad bitch. You are a god. Claim it. Be it. Though it's blasphemous in the eyes of religion, you know what? Religion blasphemes me. Religion offends me. I might offend the religious, but religion offends me. So I am going to instead be the most high God in my reality and not give a shit who cares or doesn't care. I don't care if you like it. I know who I am. I know that if I go within and I claim to be this powerful, the people in my orbit also have to know that I am this powerful and they respect me for it. But there are only going to be people in my world now who are this powerful as well. Why? Because I don't deal with muggles. I don't deal with normies. I deal with gods and goddesses. Period. The lovers that I have, they're gods. That's it. End of story. They will refer to themselves as a god. Period. My ex, one of the best things I love about him and why I want to manifest him back in my life is that he told me one time, he's like, Jenna, do you know how hard it is to be a god out here? I laughed at his face. I was like, bitch, do you know how hard it is to be a goddess out here? Yeah, I didn't think so. What were you saying? Right. I'm not going to ever deal again with muggles. I don't deal with people who don't believe in magic. I don't read or work with or coach people who don't understand that they are gods. If I'm embodying the powerful version of myself, then I am going to assume the role. I assume the role of the girl everybody needs, everybody respects, everybody needs advice from, everybody wants to be best friends with. People are lined up to block to have me. People love my healing gifts. People love what I say. People cherish me. People respect me. There is no other choice because I choose to embody that me today. I choose that version of me, the highly respected, highly valued Jenna. There could be a Jenna that I try to embody today that is weak and submissive and forgets her power and believes that she's always alone and like, woe is me, and cries herself to sleep. I could be that me, but I don't fucking want to be that her. Some days because I like the attention. Some days I'll do that because I like to be a weak little bitch sometimes. But other times I like to be a god. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go be a god and I'm going to get everything handed to me on a silver platter because I'm that bad bitch. And not one person is going to tell me otherwise. Not one person is going to tell me otherwise. Not even this physical world will tell me otherwise. The 3D may tell me something, but I know that I am God, and I will look in its face and I will laugh in its face. And I'll be like, that's cute. It's so cute that my matrix just tried to tell me no. How fucking cute. Next. I go within and I embody that version of me that gets the yes that I want. I don't get told no. Hell no. I don't get told no. This world doesn't tell me nah, bitch. I tell you no if I want to. I make the 3D my bitch. The 3D does not make me its bitch. You see? So I'm a legend and legends never die. I'm a god and gods never die. You are a creator, you are a god, and gods never die. So you get to have whatever the fuck you want to have. Do you want to have abandonment? Or do you want to have that man begging to be with you? It's up to you. It really is a you thing. So, to all the salty Sallys that are leaving my orbit, I don't even want to acknowledge you anymore. I think that the reason I'm acknowledging it right now is because it has been such a played out loop. It's been so long of me just getting triggered and tormented by trolls. Just constant opposition. Fuck you, Jenna, shut up. Nobody wants to hear you. Like, it was so constant that I didn't even think I would ever be able to get out of it. I didn't think people would ever like leave me alone when I became this powerful, when I started embodying this true self of me, this empowered version of a god. I didn't think that other people would appreciate that. And so I just kind of limited my power on purpose because I thought that the only people that would show up in my reality were people like religious fanatics or trolls or exes from the past that just like shame me or make me feel horrible for being powerful. And it's like, it's such a witch wound. I think a lot of us, maybe in past lives, we just have this witch wound where it's like, you're not allowed to be powerful because other people get triggered by it. But I don't care if you get triggered. You should stay triggered. It looks great on you. Go be triggered somewhere. But I just never thought that I could embody that version of me that also says, I'm respected in the community for what I know, for what I teach, for what I do. Like, what I do on a daily basis for this community is something fierce. I'm a very powerful manifestation. I'm a very powerful spiritual woman. I do a lot of good for this community. And I just never really gave myself permission to say that. Of course people want to work with me. I have valuable information. Of course people want to listen to me. I'm the fucking GOAT. I'm the greatest of all time. Of course people want to work with me. Of course people want to pay me for my services. Of course people want to wait 3 weeks on my waiting list because I'm that fucking good. Of course my shit makes sense. Of course my clients get their manifestations. Of course my viewers get their soulmates. Of course. So, are you embodying the weak version of you, right? That thinks thoughts aligned with nobody ever calls me, nobody likes me, nobody takes me out, I'm always single. It's like my business isn't doing well, nobody really wants me. Or are you going to embody that version of you that is like, I have clients booked out for weeks. My customers are always satisfied. I am always pleased with the people that show up in my life. I am always giving the best advice. I always have the best services that I offer. And I will learn lessons because right now I just got a notification, just my phone just cut out and said reconnecting, reconnecting, reconnecting. And while it was paused, I said, am I embodying the version of me that claims my internet is working? Like, am I the version of me right now who knows that this internet works flawlessly? Of course it does, because I'm a fucking manifestation coach. Of course it works flawlessly because I pay for this shit. Of course it works flawlessly because I fucking claim it. Of course it works. Of course I get what I want because I'm God. And I want my internet Wi-Fi to work because I want to motivate the amazing people that I fucking love and they love me. Period. End of story. Boom. You're live. It went, congratulations, you're live again. Right, bitch. Of course I'm alive again. I'm God. I don't die. They tried it once. They tried that shit, though. They tried it. I'm in good company. I think that they tried to persecute me. They tried to kill me. I should be dead 10 times over, honey. You can't get me. You can't catch me. I rise from that shit. And I'll rise up. Yeah, anyway, so I woke up today feeling like hot shit. I woke up knowing that my thoughts create reality. Not your thoughts. Your thoughts don't create my reality. Not your trollish comments. Your trollish comments do not create my reality. My bank account doesn't control my reality. When I open the app on my phone, that shit doesn't control me. I control it. I control what numbers appear in my bank account. I control all of this. And though it used to be that I would be afraid to be this powerful and I would be afraid to switch on a dime like this, to go from a weak ass bitch to I'm powerful, I'm God, do you have a fucking problem with it? I used to be afraid of that bipolar because there would be so many people in the past who convinced me I was mentally ill. If I would go from disempowered to hella empowered overnight. But I'll tell you that it's not bipolar, I don't think. I think it's just that I witnessed my power come in. I witnessed last night how I was about to be abandoned by the man that I love. And I stopped it on a dime and I said, fuck that. I'm never abandoned. I'm pursued. That man's in love with me. He wants me. And 5 minutes later, he came home. After being out all night, I thought he was gone. He came home 5 minutes later and said to me, you know how we decided that we were going to do no contact when I leave? I really need you in my life. So I want us to share phone numbers. I want us to still be in contact. I want you. 5 minutes. Took 5 minutes. When you see how powerful you are and that you can change the dynamic of any situation, including your love life, which up to this point had been fucking cursed. My love life, I felt, was cursed up till this point. When you can see how truly powerful of a God you are, that the whole like being a weak bitch, that ship has sailed. I will never be a weak bitch again, ever. And you know what? It's ironic because one of my exes, he sat at a restaurant with me. We went to a breakfast restaurant. This was like 6 months ago or something. And I'll never forget this, but this one time he sat across from me at the table and there were people all around in this restaurant. And he puts on his sunglasses and he calls me a weak bitch 3 times in front of everyone, as loud as can be. And back then, when I didn't know my power, I knew that I wasn't a weak bitch, but I brought in a version of him like that because I didn't claim my power. I wasn't embodying the Empress goddess self. I wasn't embodying that version of me that demands more of men. I was embodying that version of me that gets told you're a weak bitch and gets embarrassed in front of an entire restaurant. And so when I even now call myself a weak bitch, like that's done. We're done. We don't talk like that over ourselves anymore. I am a goddess. I am a divine, beautiful, feminine. I am amazing. I am healthy. I am loved. I'm wanted. I'm pursued. I'm chosen. I'm highly thought of. I am respected. I am pursued. I can't be forgotten. So this man whom I've been hooking up with for 2 weeks, he was just a fling. We were just having sex because we both used each other as a rebound, and that was cool. That was fun. That's what we wanted. But all of a sudden, now he has feelings for me. And now he doesn't want to part ways. Now he wants to be forever in my life. And so because I'm changing me, the outside world has to reflect that change. I don't need to change him. I'm not forcing him to love me. I'm not forcing him to want to be with me. He made that decision on his own because I changed from within last night. I said, of course I'm chosen. Of course I'm pursued. He would never want to hurt me. That man would never leave without telling me goodbye. What? No, he cares about me. He is a good man. He is a good man, honey. That man is a bad boy, but a real good man. Okay, listen. You know what I love about this guy? I'm going to tell you what I love about this man. On our drunken tequila Tuesdays, when he and I have tequila, we have shots of tequila together. I'll tell you, I love that bad boy. You know, ooh, honey, I'm going to tell you what, listen, I love me a man who, when I am tipsy and I say, hold the phone, I'm going to go make a makeshift beer pong table. I'm going to go make a ping pong table on our dining table right here. And I'm going to invite our roommates to have a party. I love me a man who is so confident in himself. He says, bet, let me help you put it together. Runs around the house, finds shit to help me make a beer pong table. I love me a man who can have some fun, but also knows when it's time to work. He can have tequila shots with me on Tuesday and then have chamomile therapy on Thursday. I fucking love this man, and I honestly think I may want him to stay in my life. I'm not sure yet, but anyway, last night he told me that he was going to leave without giving me his phone number because we both agreed to that. But now he wants me to stay in his life, and so he wants to exchange numbers. And even though he's going to be living overseas, it doesn't even matter. Circumstances don't matter. It doesn't matter. If you want something as God, you'll get it. It could be that he just travels once in a while. Maybe he gets a sabbatical and he gets to travel to see me. First of all, I don't fly. I fucking hate flying, which is very ironic that I'm with a man who is living and breathing oxygen on an airplane every day. It's very funny. It's very funny. It's actually fucking comedy. The universe is so weird. Anyway, so maybe that's why it is, because that's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is being in the air, and he literally lives all day 30,000 feet above this planet, just like me. I live there too, honey, but I live there high in the skies in other ways, okay? I love me some alien talk. Okay, I board some starships too, and I live 30,000 feet above the air as well. I live me in the sky. He lives him in the sky, honey. But anyway, yeah. So this man, literally is in the Air Force and told me last night that he has been reconsidering. He wants to be with me, and it is because I embodied that version of me that is wanted and pursued and loved. Of course, I'm wanted. God wants me. The universe wants me. I want me. My future friends, my future best friends want me. My future new clients want me. My future children want me. My future husband wants me. And that's how you have to see it. Up till now, my love life was cursed because I allowed what men said to me in the past to curse me. I believed when my ex-boyfriend, one of the last things an ex of mine said was, Jenna, your love life is cursed, and it's no wonder men run away from you. Men just don't want you. I believed that. I took his words and I believed it. I made him God. I made that man God of my reality. Same with the guy who called me a weak bitch in front of everyone. I made his words my reality. I became cursed because I took their curses and I let it permeate my soul. And yet last night I saw I am not cursed. In fact, dare I say it, my love life is the most blessed love life of anybody I've ever met. I actually do not know many people who are in a 5D connection in absolute love with a light worker and a starseed. I don't see many people out here in love with high caliber men or women. I really don't. I have never seen that in my family. I don't have many friends and family. I don't have anybody to look at a healthy relationship around me. And yet, here I am, after having been cursed my entire life in love. Here I am changing it all on my own. Nobody's doing it for me. I'm changing it. I am changing from cursed to blessed. And I'm doing it as a generational curse breaker. I'm doing it. And I don't see many people out here in these healthy dynamics yet. You look so beautiful. Miriam, bless your heart. I actually channeled the name Miriam the other day. A couple days ago, I heard the name Miriam and I said that out loud. That's so crazy. Thanks for being here, my love. But that's so funny. I love that. It is like, you can take what your ex has said and you can let that be true. You can let them and their hateful hearts dictate what you deserve and what you will forever be manifesting. Or you can make the rules. And I want to make the rules. I want to say, no, you're wrong. I'm not cursed in love. I'm more blessed in love than you are. No, I'm not a bad manifestation coach. I've just been coaching all the wrong people that didn't want to have their manifestations come in yet because I didn't know how to embody that version of me that only manifests people who get their manifestations. No, I'm not a bad money manager. It's just that I was not embodying the me that was abundant beyond belief yet. No, I'm not a bad lover. I'm just embodying the me that would accept breadcrumbs from men. And I never really wanted to give too much to those men. Why would I? You don't deserve me. Men like that don't deserve me. Men like that do not deserve a goddess. I'm glad you fumbled the ball. I'm glad you think that I was a curse in your life and you fucking fumbled me. Thank you. Because one man's trash is certainly this man's treasure. And I am so grateful to have met this guy. I maybe, oh my God. I might be actually falling for this guy. I mean, oh my God, I can't breathe. My chest hurts. It's a heart awakening, a heart chakra awakening. My heart hurts. I think I am in love with this guy, I think. Oh my God. I couldn't believe I cried. Like when I saw that both of his vehicles were gone and he wasn't home all day. And the last thing he said to me was when we were in bed, and he said, I have to go save America now. And it was a call to war. It was like this, it was basically the 3D showing me I don't get to have love. Because once again, there will always be something like the fucking Atlantic Ocean keeping us from each other. And so literally in bed, the last thing he said to me, the last thing that he said to me while literally in my bed was, I can't do this. I have to go save America. Meaning, I can't be with you. I have to go be a military soldier. And that was the last thing I ever heard of him. That was it. That was it. Both cars were gone the next day. He was gone all day long. Never heard. So I thought he really did leave. And so last night, when I saw that both of his cars were gone, I cried. And I felt so much heart pain. But then I immediately said, wait, no, Jenna, no. You logically know that you can change this. You know how to change this. And even though, yes, you've been traumatized in the past and men have never prioritized you in the past, that's because you didn't demand that they prioritize you. Now, do you demand more? Do you demand that the universe show you this man loves you? Do you demand that? Okay, then be about it, bitch. Be about it. So I changed my thoughts after I was crying for 30 seconds. I said, no, I don't accept this. I don't accept that this means he abandoned me. Leaving without saying goodbye. Why the fuck would he do that? He loves me. That man wants me. He pursues me. I'm a healer and he's a protector and we love each other. Ain't no way in hell he left without telling me goodbye. No way. And I started telling myself things like he couldn't live with himself. He's too good of a man. He would never do that. That's not his, no. And I broke a curse in love last night. 5 minutes later, he walks in the door and he asks for tea. He says, can we sit down? I really want to talk to you. And it was really late at night. So it was way past his bedtime. And I was like, sure. I'll make you some tea. And we sat down and I told him, I cried over you tonight. I thought you left without saying goodbye. And you didn't. And it was like, it's the first time in my life I didn't abandon myself. It's the first time in my life I didn't let somebody abandon me. It's real true self-love is what it is. Fuck. And he was like, I would never do that. I'm not that type. But I said, exactly, exactly. And I knew that. And so he goes, with his tea, his cute little teacup, he goes, by the way, I think we should keep in touch when I leave. Remember how we agreed to not exchange phone numbers? Well, what if I tell you that today I was reconsidering that? And I said, well, what if I told you that today I was also reconsidering that? And anyway, I really feel intense feelings for this man. I don't know what will happen. I don't know. But there are some deep feelings, and I have never felt anything like it. So I wanted to share my love manifestation story, how I went from embodying the version of me that was abandoned to 5 minutes later, because of only my thoughts, nothing out here changed. There was no proof that what I was saying within was real. I had to tell myself that it was real. I had to validate my own experience, not the 3D validating me. So once I started affirming things like, of course he chooses me, of course he stays, of course he wouldn't leave without saying goodbye. Once I started thinking these thoughts, what naturally started happening is that I got these downloads, these like aha moments. I got these ideas in my head to do certain things, like to check the cabinet, to check his cupboard. So I would say things internally like, no, of course I'm chosen. Of course he chooses me. He wants me. He loves me. And when I thought those thoughts, I got this extremely overwhelming urge to open his cabinet door, his cupboard door in the kitchen. We all have assigned cabinets for food, and I went to go look in his, and he had all of his food still there. And I was like, right, he is staying. He is staying. Okay. And then I saw his coffee on the counter. And I was like, see, proof. There's proof that I'm right. The Matrix is always trying to prove you right, baby doll. Always. If you are saying your man's cheating on you, the 3D is always going to show you proof that you're right. If you are thinking your job is going to cut your hours, the 3D is going to prove you right. If you think that your clientele is drying up and you don't have anybody that wants to work with you, girl, the 3D is going to fucking prove you right. If you think that money is easy and it grows on trees and that shit lands on your bank account because it's obsessed with you, then honey, the universe is going to prove you right. You better start fucking changing your goddamn thoughts. Okay? We better all start changing our fucking thoughts around here because nobody is going to do it for us. So I went from this man abandoned me because the 3D was showing me something that triggered my PTSD. It triggered my abandonment wounds. I had 2 dads and they both abandoned me. And so my whole life was abandoned by men, even publicly humiliated by men several times because I felt cursed in my love life. But last night I took my power back, not from a man, not from a woman, not from trolls, not from a politician, not from a religious group. I took the power back from the physical 3D world. I overcame the world. Like Jesus said, I have overcome the world. I have overcome the 3D. Cheers. Hallelujah, baby. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Woo! It feels good to be alive, honey. It feels good to know that you're that bad bitch. That you are that goddess. You are the GOAT. You're the greatest of all time, girl. You're the God of all time is really what it should be. But yeah, I'm getting my manifestations because I refuse to ever suffer again. I love myself too much to ever suffer. You know what I mean? Oh, wise words. Yes, B, how you doing? Speak that abundance over your life. Thank you, 5D. I love you, sweetheart. I love you so much. I just want to thank you. I don't even know if you're even still in here, 5D. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have loved me so many times. I would not have made it if it were not for you. I remember when we first met. And you told me, you showed up on my stream and you said, this is it, honey. This is heaven. This is the 5D. You're in the 5D now. And you were a spirit guide for me. And you have been a spirit guide for me for a long time. Well, that was almost a year ago. And you have saved my ass so many times. You have worked with God in helping me so many times. I can't thank you enough. I will always be able to look back and say, that woman saved my life. And I can't say that about a lot of people. But I will always know that if it were not for you, Medina, Megan, I would have never made it. And same with like people like the man that I'm with right now. I call him 17. I'm never going to tell you his name, but his name is 1776. And I told him that the other night. I said, you're not going to be in my book. I'm not going to name you in the book that I'm writing. You're not going to have a name. And I think he took offense to it at first, but I said, you won't be a name. You'll be the entire theme. You're going to be named 1776. And I think I'm in love with this guy. I don't know. I know that I want my ex back as well. I love that man. So I'm kind of at I'm 36 years old, and this is the first time I've never been cursed in my love life. So now I have two men whom I love very much, who are both approaching me, and both can't live without me. And so this is like the first time I've ever had this problem. Normally, I have the issue of no man wants me, and I can't pay a man to hang out with me. Like, I remember when I was 16 or 17, and I was wanting to go to prom, but I was such an ugly duckling back then. And I had convinced myself that I was ugly duckling. And so I remember there was this guy I had a crush on. He was like 26 years old, and I wanted him to take me to prom. So I even offered to pay him to take me to prom because I was so desperate. Like, girl, that is such a desperate energy. But anyway, he said no. I couldn't even pay a man to take me to prom. So I've been my entire life, love has been a mystery. Love has been something I can't quite grasp. And it's because it's a me thing. It's a within thing. It's not an out there thing. It's a me thing. I have to embody that. I have to be that version of me internally that knows I'm pursued, knows that a man would never abandon me without giving me a hug goodbye, knows that my ex can't get sleep at night because I'm not in his life, knows that all of my clients are eager to work with me and would gladly stay on my waiting list even though it's 3 weeks out. They love my content. They love me. They love the advice that I give. They love that they know they get results. So of course they'd be okay with staying on my list for 3 weeks because it's okay. They want to stay, you know? Same with my viewers. I have to embody the me that has loyal viewers, people who always fuck with me. They subscribe and they stay because they love my content. They love what I'm about. They're always taking lessons from me. I have to know first, though. I have to know first that I am that girl with the good answers. I'm the girl with the help. I'm the girl with the advice. I'm the girl with the content that matters. I'm the YouTube content creator that always wins and always gets her voice heard. You can't expect people to want you when you don't want you. You can't be chosen when you don't choose yourself. And last night, I chose myself in love. I chose myself. I chose to see a man that I love stay. And he did. And he came home and he said, I've got good news. I'm getting 3 extra days to stay. Can you believe that? He was leaving today. Well, he was leaving in the next couple days. I'm not sure what day his checkout was, but I, up to this point, assumed that he wasn't going to be here. But he told me, not only am I staying 3 more days, but I really do want your number and I want this to work. Oh, and did I tell you what he told me the other night when we were in bed? He said, I know who you are to me. Yeah, he told me that. He said, I know who you are to me. Are you embodying that version of you that expects a man to stay? Do you know how amazing you are yet? If not, you better fucking learn. Girl, you better fucking learn how amazing you are. You better know you are God's gift to humanity. Do you understand me? Every woman that is listening, hear me now. You had better start knowing that you are God's gift to humanity. You better know that as an earth angel, as a light worker, as a starseed, as a woman, as a goddess, as just anything that breathes oxygen, you had better know that you are God's gift to humanity. And you better start embodying that shit. Because this next phase for us divine feminines, there's going to be a lot of divine masculines out here at war that need us. They need the true healers. They need the real ones. These women are high priestesses. And these high priestesses, you're the only one that can ever activate a high priest. You're the only one that can ever activate a divine masculine to be in his power, to be in his authority, to be in his divine purpose. So you better fucking know who you are, honey. And anyway, last night, I learned who I am, sweet cheeks. I learned who I am. I learned what I can do. And I see a mirrored image of me, this man who is so empowered, so powerful. He's not intimidated by my power at all. He's actually intrigued by it. He wants to learn more from me. He wants to explore spirituality. He loves everything about me. He loves the idea that I thought my brain started a tornado the other day, that my anger, my emotions, and my singing all combined. I was outside singing with my friends on a live stream. And when I started singing, it was so heartfelt and it was so emotional that a literal tornado siren went off. Literally. A minute into me singing, the tornado sirens went off. And that's when I knew, oh my God, we are fucking powerful. And anyway, I thought that this man, since he lives so much in logic, he's in the military, so he loves logic. I thought that when he came out to get me, he came out to rescue me in a tornado. It was cute. Didn't even know him. I had no idea who this guy was yet. I'd only met him 10 minutes. It was his first night there. And he came outside during a tornado. During a fucking tornado, bitch. He came outside to get me indoors. And I'd only met him 10 minutes. That was his first day there. And I was like, can I help you? And he's like, yeah, you hear that siren? I was like, yes. He's like, yeah, that's not a suggestion. That's normally get the fuck inside. And I was like, wait, why are you here? Why are you out here? Are you out here to get me? He's like, yes. I don't even know you. You don't even know me. You've been here a day. I couldn't believe it. He literally came out to make sure I was safe. From the first day that I knew this guy, he was out here making sure I was safe. I think I actually really, really like him. I was trying not to. Girl, I was so trying not to get feelings for this guy, but I fucked around and I found out, honey. So now I've got this man whom I'm absolutely falling for. And then I've got my ex who is pursuing me, loving me, healing, and he's growing a lot too. And I am like kind of overly blessed in love. Now I have two men that I want. And they both know each other too, which is so crazy. They both know each other because the first day that my roommate showed up, my boyfriend was here. So they met each other. They know about each other. It's crazy. It's fucking wild, man. I don't know. Like the universe is so fucking cool, dude. It's so cool. Like we're about to have the love, like your love life anymore, guys, is gonna be a fucking fairy tale. It's not even gonna look normal. It's not. Like I know that monogamy has its place and it's beautiful, but I'm polyamorous, so I can be in love with more than one person at a time. So I'm not into monogamy. I don't really I don't I mean it's I guess I could if I wanted to, but I don't want to be monogamous. So I'm God of my reality, so I don't want to be monogamous. I'm not going to be monogamous. But anyway, yeah, they are both actively pursuing me and changing and growing and healing and needing me. And I just can't even believe it. But I went from a cursed love life, literally public breakups. Literally one of the most popular live streams I've ever had was me getting dumped by my boyfriend at a fucking police station in January. And you don't believe me? Go watch it. It's literally on my stream or it's on my channel. Like there have been so many public breakups that I have gone through over the last 4 years that it is almost fucking shocking. And people on the internet know me as that girl that cannot keep a man. Okay? So for me last night to finally learn the law of assumption and have it so understood that I manifested this man staying in my life, wanting to stay here and be permanently in my life. I can't even believe that it's happening. It's like I am embodying that version of me that is important. And so men have to agree that I'm important. Men have to fight for me. Men have to step it up. Men have to know that I'm pursued by a whole bunch of other men because I'm a goddess. Because I embody the divine feminine traits that not a lot of people have on this planet. And any man that is a good man understands and values me for what I am and what I provide and who I choose to be. Same with my clientele. They pay me good money because they fucking know I'm the truth. My viewers, they subscribe to me because they know I'm the fucking truth. So you have to embody that version of you that already has the thing you want. If you want the successful business, if you want the lover, if you want the lovers, plural, if you want that healthy life, you want that free trip to Fiji, you want all this, you have to embody that you that gets those things and has those things, keeps those things. So I'm embodying that now, and the universe has to conspire in my favor. You see, under new management. Hey, look at you. Thank you for being here. I love your name. That's fucking amazing. Thank you for proving right now that what I am saying as God in my reality is truth. You literally had already written, and I didn't read it until now. You had written, I will subscribe to your channel. You'd already written that. And only when I embodied the version of me that has amazing subscribers, only when I changed who I'm being, was I aligned with the version of you that is subscribed to my channel. You see? The universe conforms, the universe conspires in our favor to give us what we want. What I want is to know that I am special, to know that I'm important, to know that I am wanted, to know that I am valued, to know that I am cherished, to know that people cannot live without me. I have to embody that within. You're not going to extract that shit from the 3D physical world. You're not going to get it from this world. You get it from within. You get it from God. Within. You get it from God. That is a God-given thing. That is not a world-given thing. That is not a troll-given thing. That's not your mama didn't give you that. No, God gave you that. God, from within, gave you the embodiment of the I am. The I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. God gave you that. You gave you that, Boo Bear. You did it. You're God, sweet cheeks. You're God. You're it. You're it. You're literally it. You're it. There is nobody else. There's nobody else to change but you. You are it. And the 3D has to conform in your favor. It has to. Just start being that you that demands these things, you know? I love your name, by the way. Maybe the power of positive thinking combined with 3-day actions can make things change. I have a big to-do list and it never gets finished fast enough. Life does not change until I cross off all the items. Life changes the second you say life changes. Start visualizing yourself crossing off the items. B Don, I love that you're here, bro. I fucking love you. Let's see what Smoker Dragon 1111, bitch. I fucking love your username. Religion can't save me from my geek bar being on 0. Wait, your geek bar being on 0? So you have 0 geek? You have 0 geek in you? Look, I'm not understanding exactly what that is, and I hope that's not offensive because I just read it like, okay, I don't know what that means, your geek bar, but your geek bar should be at level 100. And if it's at level 100, you will bring in other geeks like yourself and your whole fucking life will be amazing. Okay? I'm glad that you're doing better today. Thank you, Tara. I'm doing a lot better. In fact, I think the crying yesterday helped me. Losing this man yesterday, crying over him, and acknowledging I will never see him again. I detached. I detached from the need. I detached from the want. I detached from the desire. I don't need him. I don't even, well, I mean, I want him. Don't get me wrong. But even if I don't want him, if tomorrow I change my mind, the loss of him and the crying that I had, that crying session with you guys, what it did was it helped me detach from him. It helped me detach from the need of him. And I'm telling you what, girl, in one fucking day, that's it. It changed. It went from, oh my God, guys, I'm never going to see him again. And I'm like, I'm so sad. And like, but I love him. But I need to leave him behind and he needs to leave me behind and blah, blah, blah. I cried. And then like 12 hours later, he came home, wanted to have tea with me, wanted to sit down, conversate. He wanted to tell me that he wants a relationship with me. He wants to pursue this outside of this Airbnb. He's leaving to go across international waters, but he still wants to have me in his life. So, of course he does. I'm amazing. He loves me. Everyone loves me. I love me, so everyone does. Of course he wants me. I'm pursued. I'm the me that gets pursued. Of course he wants me. Every man does. Every man in my reality wants me. That's how it is. You're God. So you create the rules. Either every man in your reality doesn't want you and they avoid you like the plague, or every man fights for you. Girl, it's your reality. You do you, boo. But which one are you embodying? So, anyway, I just wanted to tell you that in one day's time, I went from I'm never going to be pursued. No man would ever choose me ever. And I lose everything all the time. I lose men to, it's not even in one day. It took a long time for me to heal, but to changing in 5 minutes my thoughts and saying, of course he wants me. He would never leave me. He would never leave without saying goodbye. No, he wouldn't leave without saying goodbye. But by this point, I had still thought that he was going to leave. I still assumed, even when I was changing my thoughts, I still assumed that he and I are going to part ways and never see each other again. But I just wanted to change the way the 3D was showing me that he had left without saying goodbye. And I was like, oh, hell no. I don't acknowledge that shit. Nope. I went within and I changed my thoughts. And 5 minutes later, he showed up. Not only proving that he would not abandon me, but also I got an additional 3 days with him now. And also he wants to have a relationship outside of when he leaves. In 5 minutes, girl. In 5 minutes. Honestly, I'm the fucking truth. People should be paying me for my services. People should be paying me for my advice. Oh, yeah. Like, I am the GOAT. I really am. And honestly, I didn't know it. I didn't know, because I would look at all my love life problems. I'd look at the way that I felt cursed in love. And I thought, oh, man, nobody should take advice from me. Because look at my love life, huh? It's just failure after failure after breakup after breakup. And I thought no one should listen to me. But honestly, last night, if you don't want to listen to me, you don't have to. I don't care. But I get fucking results. And the people that work with me get fucking results. We're a bunch of baddies. And so now I see just how powerful my mind really is. It creates reality. My mind is creating reality. What you focus on grows. And I had been focusing on a lot of trolls. I've been focusing on a lot of breakup. I've been focusing on a lot of abandonment. And that just kept growing. But of course, I'm a master manifester. Of course, I'm the best manifestation coach on the planet. Of course, I am an amazing tarot reader. I'm an amazing advice giver. I'm an amazing healer. I'm an amazing, empowering person. You have to be that before the outside world proves it to you. We are validating our own experience, not the 3D. So, okay, I love you. I'm going to go because that was enough. I don't need to be on here anymore, but thank you guys. I'll talk to you later.